Is the Darwin Project a contender to beat Fortnite? We're talking about today on the leaderboard. Today we are talking about the Darwin Project, and I am joined by our frequent guest on the leaderboard, co-host of The Starting Point and Grandmaster ranking in Overwatch, Jim Basco. How are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I am great, and I know you have a lot of experience playing the Darwin Project. An actual
20 hours.
fact is that you're participating in the tournament tomorrow.
Yeah. Microsoft Store, flagship 5th Avenue. You guys can watch it at mixer.com/Microsoft Store at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So let's talk a little bit about the Darwin Project.
Yeah.
Now, I myself didn't get a chance to play the open beta, which just recently closed.
Yeah, Monday, 12 p.m.
Yeah, but I've seen footage of you playing it, and I've also seen various videos of the game. It looks great. I love the idea of having these segments of the map being closed off, and we talked about it briefly in one of our unmuted episodes, and it's very, very much close to the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
There's a spectator
Yeah.
that can decide, you know what, this guy needs help, or you know what, this guy doesn't need help, and I'm actually going to aid him or actually aid the other players by, say, disabling parts of the map, giving them care packages, and etc. So overall, what do you think of it?
I fell in love with the game instantly.
Really?
Honestly, yeah. It's everything I love about Overwatch, so I like sniping, right? I'm a Widowmaker main, so I'm all about precision, being rewarded for actually aiming and, you know, positioning yourself well. All this game is, you get a bow and an arrow, you have to go collect some resources, you have to go make some arrows, and you just have to aim. And if you don't aim, you will lose the game.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't hit your shots, you're gonna die. Like, that's it.
So I very much was drawn to the Darwin Project just for that, because in any of these first-person shooter games, I love snipers only.
Yeah.
You know, that single shot, like, and if you miss that, then it's like, it's shot for shot. And sometimes it's a one-hit kill, but in this instance, it's like, it's not a one-hit kill.
Yeah, it takes a couple.
But the whole limited ammo thing, and you having to craft more arrows or potentially pick them up from one of your opponents that you have eliminated, does that change the game for the better or worse?
I think it's for the better, because we've seen this mechanic before in games like Rust and games like Ark, where it's multiplayer, you have to craft your own stuff. But there's a reason I don't play those games, and the reason is it's too much crafting. There's a reason I don't play Fortnite. It's too much crafting.
Okay.
This game had a reasonable amount of crafting. It's one piece of wood, which is one harvested tree per arrow.
Yeah.
And the items that you craft in it, be it shoes or armor or cloaks or whatever you have to make, only cost like 2 armor, 2 leather, or very minimal amounts basically. So you can get started super quick and then just hop into the game.
That's actually a really good point. I can't help but mention that in addition to the limited ammo and also being able to craft things, it gets really, really, really cold.
Oh yeah, that's important.
That's very important, and because when you have to craft a fire, it also gives away your position.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff makes this game pretty unique. I also like the fact that going to cabins, you can see where the players are.
Yeah, occasionally you'll get the map on the inside of the cabins, and sometimes if you walk by like where people have been, you'll see their footsteps in the snow, and it'll give you a little arrow indicator showing you where they went. So it's all like tracking and hunting. It's so good.
And that's really good for, you know, just a level game, and it's like very, very fair. But then there's the director.
Yeah.
And that just changes the game completely.
Yeah. And it can lead to some very salty moments. like,
is it one of those things where if the director didn't do this, I would have won?
oh my God, you don't even know, dude. Like so many times where, and this is obviously not what you want to be doing as a director. Like you want to try and give both parties a fair chance in the game, but sometimes you run across just dictators, like just absolute
trolls.
Yeah, just absolutely. And they'll block off the zone that you're in. So you're running away, one zone's already been blocked off. The computer blocks off the next zone that you're heading to. Okay, director blocks the zone you were gonna go to. All right, so you try to take a portal to teleport to the other side. The director nukes your zone. And you die instantly. It's like, why did you just make me run all that distance and then kill me? It's like, what?
I just imagine it's someone on the other end just eating popcorn
yeah, he's like
just laughing.
You hear them too. They can talk to you the entire
that's
game
true,
through. So they're talking, you know, they're talking mad smack in my ear, and I'm like, please leave me alone. Like just running through the woods. It's so bad, dude.
So that's of course your experience playing as an inmate.
Yeah.
What is it like being the director?
It's It's okay. So for a lot of people that aren't necessarily into FPSs, I've seen so many people get drawn into this game instantaneously just because from the get-go, like the way it works is time elapses and you develop points which you can then spend on certain abilities and skills as a director. So say one of your skills would be a warm-up. So people get cold, like you mentioned. So you have to build a fire. So if you don't build a fire, if you don't have wood, you're gonna get cold and then you're gonna start chunking, just like the blue zone in PUBG.
Yeah.
And director can warm you up. That only costs 1 point. Bigger things like putting a manhunt on somebody.
Yes.
Dude, oh my God. It's like, it's a very expensive skill. I don't remember the number exactly, but you set a manhunt on somebody and that makes it so everybody in the game can see the person through everything.
Yeah.
And if you kill that person, you get a bounty with like a bunch of stuff. If you live through it, you also get the bounty.
It reminds me of like Grand Theft Auto Online, where all of a sudden it's like, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it's like, well, I might as well kill this guy because there is a bounty on it, and you know it might be rewarding. But I've also watched some gameplay where people are like, I'm not worried about that. Like that's what everyone else will be concerned about the bounty. I'm actually gonna go craft some resources. Yeah. So it's a very unique experience because overall, do you think it's a competitive game or is it a totally different experience than anything we've seen with PUBG, Overwatch, or Fortnite?
I think it's a good blend of the both actually because it has everything you would want in a competitive shooter, right? It's consistent with your accuracy, you're consistent with, you know, your projectile speed, everything works the way you would think it would. That's why a lot of people were able to pick up this game so easily. It feels natural, and I think it'll work competitively because the game director, you know, you're interacting with the crowd, there's plenty of options too in the game itself to actually get the crowd's votes to influence the game. So you can say you're the crowd director and you want to block off a zone, ask the audience what they want to do. They can vote for what zone they want to block off because they can see the map, and so they have a hand in every player's fate.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it's going to draw a huge audience.
I think there's a great opportunity to live stream this game. You know what I mean? Like, as much fun as it is to watch someone playing, it's probably just as much fun to watch people playing the director.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just because it allows you so much freedom. If you have a personality, you can express it in so many different ways.
Oh, yeah.
You could be the dictator. You could be the loving, all-caring, like, oh, heal for you, heal for you, like healing everybody. No one dies, and have 10 people in the smallest zone. Like, you could do that, but there's so many windows of opportunities to take by playing the game director. It's sweet.
So like I had mentioned, it would be awesome to stream this because there is almost like a crossplay between the actual game being director and actual live streamed audiences like Twitch.
Yeah, it's super sweet because the game itself actually integrated Twitch and Mixer interactivity, not YouTube, sorry guys. They did a really good job in, all you have to do, it's really streamlined. All you have to do is enable a plugin on your stream and sign in with your credentials into the game, and then anybody that's watching you play as a game director can then vote through the Twitch chat to really change any part of the game. Anything that you're doing, you can put up for a vote, and people can just have their way.
But the director can also just ignore all
Yeah,
those.
he could be like, I see you guys really like this guy, and you want me to heal him. Manhunt. Like, totally, you could do that.
And one thing that I would like to mention is that it's a survival game. One person wins it all. 1 versus 10? 10 players?
10 players, yeah, free for all.
So we discussed a lot of things about this game that makes it alluring, and even for those who aren't, say, competitive in first-person shooters, it's easy to jump into this game as a director or an inmate. How do you think this game compares to Fortnite? Because they're about to hit 50 million players.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you think like this could skyrocket to, I mean, maybe it's different to Fortnite. I mean, there is crafting and there is like survival.
Like
last man standing.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is only 10 players. But do you think that people would flock to this game in a big way like they did to Fortnite?
I think really what the big proponent to that is making sure that it's accessible at release, meaning that they did a really good job with the open beta.
Yeah.
Making sure the servers were stable, everything went smooth, absolutely flawlessly, and when it comes out, they just need to make sure that they don't price it at like 60 bucks and like just create people to not want to get it. Because it's a good game, just make us pay like $10 or $15 for it, and I swear it might be in contention with Fortnite. Maybe.
Nice.
If you price it at 30 bucks, I don't know like if people are gonna actually buy it, but.
Yeah, and I would also like to mention that Fortnite has gone through several updates. They introduced the crossbow and the minigun, which I love so much, but they just announced And little to no details are around this, but they just announced that they're going to include a jetpack.
A jetpack?
Yeah, so we don't know what that means for Fortnite because a lot of the crafting is vertical, like, you know, having the high ground gives you an advantage than those below you. What does a jetpack mean? Like, we have the launch pad, which is like a one-time use. You fly up, you get your parachute. But a jetpack, is that like an infinite use? I'm thinking like an Overwatch like Pharah thing where it runs out.
No way, dude.
You know?
What? No, that would be crazy.
That would be pretty cool. It changes the game completely. Like, imagine being in the sky. Maybe there's like a thing where if you're using jetpack, you can't shoot. Maybe it acts as a weapon. But imagine being in the sky shooting a minigun.
That'd be sweet. I can't lie. Like, shooting a sniper while you're flying, dude, that'd be sweet. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like almost puts a player on God tier.
Yeah, just be like, oh God, he's in the air.
Like, imagine there's a kid on a 1-to-1, you're like, well, he's got a jetpack, so.
Yeah, and a sniper, oh God.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, I mean, we'll definitely be talking about more about that when it actually does release. So that's us talking a little bit about the Darwin Project. What do you guys think? Do you think it's enough to take down Fortnite? Let us know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the leaderboard and click that bell icon to become part of the notification squad so you'll be notified whenever we upload. And we also live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays after 5 p.m. Jimmy, thank you so much for joining us. If people want to follow you, where can they find you?
I'm at Jimbasco TV on Twitter and on Twitch at Jimbasco. It's very simple, not creative, but it's okay.
And don't forget that he is playing in the Darwin Project tomorrow.
Yeah.
For Mixer.
Yep, mixer.com/Microsoft Store.
Awesome. So keep it here to the leaderboard, your home
for video game facts.